Hello everyone. So did you know that besides spring, fall is another good season to do the following to your plants, such as transplanting, dividing, moving, or editing your plants. And the reason for that is because the ground is not freezing yet. Also, it's a lot cooler. You don't get that direct sunlight like you would in the summer. Also, too, is that the plants are starting to shut down. They're not actively growing above the ground. They're not putting their energy or most of their energy into top growth, growing on top of the ground. Now they're starting to focus more of their energy on the underground growth, like the root growth. So because of all of these reasons, it's good to do all the followings that I just mentioned. If you do that now in the fall before the ground freezes, the plants will have plenty of time to establish their root system. So with that, let me go ahead and show you some of the things that I have been doing in my space here. All right, first up, let's go over all the plants that were transplanted. So this was a transplant from a container to the ground. And it was in a container for about a few years now. And I decided to transplant it to here. I think it should do well over here. So far, all the Japanese maples have done well here. And they can take our southern heat over here. And this one, it looks like it is kind of dissected, so it should tolerate the sun a lot better than the palmatum. So we will see. So far, I like the space over here. All right, so this was another transplant, and excuse that. I had it all nicely arranged, but I think we might have some, I don't know if it's an opossum or a raccoon. I'm not sure what's going on, but whatever it is, it's been digging and finding some food underneath this right here. All right, so this is angel white lilac. It used to be where that Japanese maple was. I decided to move it over here. It does get some good sun here during the summer, but I'm hoping that it might like this location a lot better. So we will see. So that's another transplant. All right, next one up is this Carolina Sweet Spire. This is, I believe this is a native plant. I got it at a native plant sale. I'm pretty sure that was the case. So because of that, it is pretty hardy. I've transplanted, I think this is a third or fourth location, and it's still not doing bad. Lastly, I had to divide and transplant a couple of the lace cap hydrangeas from there to over here. So I got 2 plants and I divided them into 2. So I have 4 plants that have been transplanted. One is right there. And so this is my justification for putting it here. Since it was pretty floppy when it was where the Japanese maple is, I'm hoping that by putting it here, it will get some support from these arborvitaes over here. These are dwarf arborvitaes. They have been here for 5 years now, and they have not gotten that much bigger. So there, that one is, and then one over here. And the justification for this is because I have water runoff whenever it rains. So I am hoping that it being here, it will absorb the water, and it will prevent the water from coming down this area a lot faster. Lastly, I want to put the other 2 over here. And the justification for that, for these 2, is that I would like to get some height over here, and this space gets water runoff as well when it rains, so I'm hoping that the hydrangeas will absorb the water a lot better over here. If I'm standing over here, I'm hoping that it will get some nice height and will make that area a lot prettier right here. As far as planting goes, this is the only one that I have planted recently. So this is another pear tree. The other one is right over there. And if you did not know, you need at least 2 different varieties of pear trees to produce good harvest, which I did not know. So it tells you on the tag other pear trees that you could plant it with. So this one is called the Orient pear, and it could be cross-pollinated with these right here: Baldwin, Kiefer, Moonglow. So much to my disappointment, I had to put in a lot of work to plant this pear tree. I was disappointed at how it was planted in the container. If it does make it to next year, I will tell you more about it. So crossing my fingers that it will make it. All right, let's talk about editing of plants. So the edit that I am referring to recently is having to lift up the root ball because somehow it had sink down. So because of that, I had to, get it up and then have it raised up the way that I have it right now. With trees, that's what you want. You want the root flare to be above the ground a little bit. And with clay soil, you definitely have to plant above the soil line, maybe 1 to 2 inches. And I knew that, but for some reason, I'm not sure what happened. This space right here was just sinking down, and I had no idea because I had a lot of plants over here. It's only when I removed the hydrangeas that I realized that this area was sinking down. And it was, I would say, like up to there, I believe. So I wanted to raise it up again and making sure that it is not sinking down, that it will do well. I do not recommend that you do this, but if you decide to do it, please be very careful and know that you are putting your plants at risk of not making it. But I feel confident that the Japanese maple will do well. I'm not so sure about the other one that I'll be talking about. All right, so here is another one that I had to do an edit on. And for some reason, this whole area sunk down and I had no idea. I realized it, I believe, in the late winter of this year, that I realized that where the flare of the roots are, I couldn't see it. And the other giveaway was that this tree, this is a Japanese magnolia. It has beautiful yellow blooms. And for some reason, it's been here for 4 to 5 years now, and this is the growth that it has put out. So that told me that there was just something wrong with the plant. So anyway, I'm hoping that by doing it this way, raising up the root ball, it will do a lot better. Now again, I do not recommend that you do this because you put a lot of risk to the plants anyway. So I'm hoping that it will do well going into next season. So in conclusion, if you would like to plant, divide, transplant, move, or edit your plants, fall is a good time to do that besides spring. Just make sure that you are giving your plants your love and care for the next 2 weeks, and make sure that you know that the ground is not going to be freezing at least for the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, I would hold off doing all of that until you know that you have a good 2-week window to do all of that. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it enjoyable and helpful. And until my next video, take care and bye for now.
It's me, the Mario. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell so that way you don't miss out on any more content.